philosophy and music lyrics. That shows you she's not just about music. She's about taking life and pouring it into her music. She speaks the truth. She speaks wisdom.
Oh my gosh.
Think of your energy as if it's expensive, as if it's like a luxury item. Not everyone can afford it. Like, not everyone has invested in you in order to be able to have the capital to really care about this. Right?
I apologize.
Your energy on.
Abandon all hope. You interview.
It's brilliant, man. Like, I'm not even trying to be sarcastic here. She's right. We give so much energy to people in our lives that don't matter. Not all of you are on social media, and I applaud those that are not necessarily on social media because it can be a waste of energy. There's definitely some positive people on Twitter for sure. I interact with them all the time. And whenever I'm hosting a show, if there's someone that tweets something meaningful, I will always read it. I will always respond. if it's worth the response. Sometimes I don't always have a chance to, and that doesn't, denigrate their particular comments. But I tend to have more positive interactions on Twitter because I'm not a troll. I don't get on Twitter to try to wreak havoc or try to make news or try to do something that's disparaging someone else. So I like to think I have pretty positive interactions. And there's always going to be your naysayers out there that are critical and scrutinize everything I do. And that comes with the territory of hosting a national show. But for the most part, social media can be a cesspool and it can be negative. And how many people give so much energy to a comment of someone they've never met, they're never going to meet, they don't know from a hole in the wall, other than they have a Twitter handle of I have Twitter 89, right? Like that's the significance of people that get under our skin. We have no idea who they are. We have no idea if it's some kind of a burner account. And how much energy, unfortunately, do we give to people that don't deserve it for 1 second? So I like that she happened to say that. And she also showed off her sense of humor. She was asked, why is she dating Travis Kelce? And she said the reason that she's dating Travis Kelce is, of course, because of the New Heights podcast.
Podcast has done a lot for me. I owe a lot to this podcast. This podcast got me a boyfriend. Ever since Travis decided to use it as his personal dating app about 2 years ago. So,
I mean, that's pretty cool. That's I thought that was a good sense of humor. She again, it's good to really see the human side of a celebrity, of an A-lister, and she was very honest about what Travis Kelce means to her.
Travis is he's just a vibe booster in everyone's life.
Like, just a vibe booster. Yeah.
He's like, when you take a picture on your phone and you put you push the enhanced color button, that's what you do to everyone's life.
It's so profound, dude. Oh yeah. Like it's just puts a lot of exclamation points. Yeah, you just put an exclamation point on my day. Thanks, Taylor Swift. Oh yeah, Taylor Swift. Yeah, Taylor Sweat. Yeah, really great. Death Without Darkness. Wow. Dude, we got the alliteration going. Oh, sorry.
Folks, I'm not an idiot. I know there's some people out there that are thinking to themselves, why the hell is Shep leading with Taylor Swift? Well, here's my challenge to anyone asking that question. I want you to find me one sports podcast, one sports clip, one sports video.
The Prylon Show.
Anything made.
You must construct
Let's go last night.
additional
You've been
pylons.
working for almost 8 straight hours, so I'm not going to ask you to do this. But if you can find this, I'll be very impressed. This is not mandatory. This is an option you have. Sound good?
Oh,
I
mandatory.
want you to find me anything sports related. Could be an episode of an audiogram. It could be a clip. It could be a highlight.
This is terrible.
Anything in the last month. And
The drawing, I mean.
What happened in the last month? We're talking about.
Oh, I don't know, duties.
We're talking about a FedEx Cup. We're talking about the St. Jude tournament that took place on the PGA Tour. We're talking about the Cincinnati Open in tennis. We're talking about the Brewers having a franchise best 14-game winning streak. That's a pretty damn big deal. We're talking about Kyle Lowry.
We talking about practice. Yo, we talking about practice.
95% of baseball fans had no idea who Kyle Lowry was 12 months ago. He just broke the home run single season mark by Johnny Bench at 45. I know Salvador Perez has 48, but no one thought a catcher was going to eclipse Johnny Bench this season, especially someone that's never hit more than 35 home runs in any season, that being Kyle Lowry. I want you to find me anything related to any of these stories that have more views, more eyeballs, more traction than Taylor Swift's appearance on the New Heights podcast. Do you think you'll be able to do that?
No.
Probably not. And so that's what is amazing about this particular beat. That's what's so unique about all of this. Is
Wow, that's so great, guys.
We want to break down an NFL game, or talk about the preseason, or discuss what's going to happen in week 0 of college football, or the highly anticipated, debut of Arch Manning. Even though he did have 2 starts in 2024, this is the first season he will be officially the starter from jump. We know that's going to be a tremendous matchup between them and the reigning FBS champion Ohio State Buckeyes. Thank God that was a 12-team playoff last year, not 4. Otherwise, Ohio State would never have won the national championship. And Ryan Day may be looking for new employment. That's a topic for a different day. Scarpaccio, there is something to this about Taylor Swift.
Scarpaccio?
And I believe
Scarface.
all you have to do is listen to Taylor and understand what makes her so unique.
Yo, it's like
Because
Psychor,
she
dude.
goes beyond just a star.
Psychor.
She goes beyond a celebrity. She goes beyond someone that is an A-lister. She is transcendent.
Yeah, she's God.
Following like
Taylor Swift is God.
on planet Earth, and there's a lot of similarities between her.
Yeah, beyond planet Earth, actually.
And she absolutely alluded to that.
I think she's beyond planet Earth. She's out of this world.
On paper,
What a great person.
kind of have a very similar job. Like our job is
Like,
to entertain
beyond planet Earth?
hours in NFL stadiums. And like when I'm there, it's called a dressing room. When Travis is there, it's called a locker room. For me, it's called a rehearsal. For him, it's called a practice. For him, it's called his coach. For me, it's my mom. Yeah. Yeah. On paper, like we actually kind of have a very similar job. Like our job is to entertain people for 3+ hours.
The reason why I respect Denzel Washington so much is because he's been consistently great at his craft for more than 40 years at this point. And he hasn't lost his fastball. He's still an A-lister. He's still going to command a full house whenever one of his movies gets played in a cinema. Same thing could be said for Tom Cruise. I know Tom Cruise has some very interesting beliefs, but however you slice it, Tom Cruise still gets the job done. And there's something to that. It's why I respect entertainers. It's why I respect musicians. It's why I respect those in the public eye. Because you don't just have to be an athlete to be on top of your craft 24/7, 365 days a year. Athletes are not the only individuals that strive for greatness each and every day. They're not the only individuals that make adjustments in their respective fields. And there's a lot that you can learn
Pure
from when you
Prussian
listen
blue,
to
I
Taylor
think
Swift,
this is.
when you watch her. There's a lot you can learn when you're watching Beyonce conduct.
Unlike this,
There's a
dude,
lot
you
can
cannot learn much
on
from
the
this
side.
because I don't know what I'm doing, man.
God bless her, has turned her life around, and starred in Freaky Friday too, and has had a whole new second career, and good for her. I have immense respect for individuals that are successful in their respective field, especially when it's not handed to them, when they went out there and earned every little bit of success that they have earned. Taylor Swift wasn't handed anything. She didn't grow up in a show business family. She didn't have connections in entertainment. She's self-made. And yeah, of course, she has the support of her family and her friends, but I'd like to think that's most people. So I understand that there's some people that took offense to Taylor Swift being on the New Heights podcast, that don't understand the glory and the accolades that she gets, that doesn't understand the attention and the notoriety that she gets. But I hope in these particular clips that we have played you understand what makes her so captivating, so interesting, so
Not really.
And I understand the Chiefs did not exactly end up Super Bowl bound last year. And who are we kidding? That's what asses handed to them by the Philadelphia Eagles. But the fact that Travis Kelce is still playing at a high enough level at the age of soon to be 36 years old, it's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive when you consider the fact that Pierre, we always allude to, and associate with when it comes to Travis Kelce, is Rob Gronkowski. Born in the same year, by the way.
Gronkowski.
Ironically enough, so is Taylor Swift. Rob Gronkowski is going to be up for the Hall of Fame next year. Rob Gronkowski has already retired twice. And Travis Kelce is the same age, still getting it done at the highest level. That's not an accident that he's doing this while dating.
It's because nobody younger is
Who knows
doing
whether they
anything.
end
That's
up
the only
together
reason
or
why
not. That's not my
freaking
place to say.
millennials,
There's a lot of people
like,
rooting for it.
me
There's
are
some,
still.
unfortunately, who are rooting against it. That's not up for debate here. What is up for debate is
Let the dead bury the living.
of what Taylor Swift means to the NFL, because she has brought in
Something like
so many casual fans because of her genuine interest in the game. And you can tell it's not for show, it's not fluff, it's not for her image, it's not for her career. She genuinely likes and appreciates, loves may be a strong word, but she likes and appreciates the game of football. And that was my big takeaway from the New Heights podcast. And, I got to tip my cap to Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey. I'm looking at it online as we speak, and it is almost up to 18 million views. This took place just 3 days ago. We all know the big-time interview in the last couple years in sports was Club Shay Shay, Cat Williams. I think that's at 90 million views, if memory serves me correctly. This particular interview with Taylor Swift, that is going to eclipse 100 million views by the end of 2025. So congratulations on a wonderful episode. I took a lot away from it. My question for you is, did you take anything away
No.
from Taylor Swift on the New Heights podcast? Is there anything you learned from that?
No, I did
or
not.
do you sit in the camp and reside in the party that believes Taylor Swift is overexposed, overhyped, and we really need to stop giving her as much attention as we are? Phone number to get aboard, 888-710-4ISN. That is 888-710-4476. We will get to your calls on the other side. But when we come back, we'll take your Taylor Swift calls. And Shador Sanders didn't suit up on Saturday, yet he gained even more appreciation from Browns fans? We'll explain why that is on the other side. This is The Good Shepherd on the Infinity Sports Network. You can always follow me at Shep On Air if you can't get through at 888-710-4ISN. That is 888-710-4476. And we are coming right back.
What is the deal? What am I listening to? Why am I doing any of this?
Pool party. You don't even know the pool. Oh, what? What a deal. Oh, Ramones. Dude, that's real punk rock on advertisements. Yeah. Oh, Lord. The Ramones were really singing about pneumococcal pneumonia.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Oh, man.
Lowe's knows to bring your vision to life, it's important to find the right color. That's why Milo's Rewards members get a free Valspar paint or exterior stain sample to test your look, to confidently refresh your space.
Confidently refresh your space. Discount taken at time of purchase. Subject to terms and conditions. Yeah.
Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads.
Uh,
Baseball bobbleheads, race car bobbleheads, bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? White non-white? A little, but Tim doesn't.
Oh,
God. So he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well.
you gotta make money to
Today at empower.com.
consume.
Hard IT just got harder with Twisted Tea Extreme. Twisted Tea Extreme is made with real fruit tea. Goes down smooth and an 8% kick of alcohol. Dial up the fun with Twisted Tea Extreme. Keep it twisted. Twisted Tea Brewing Company. Remember, high drink responsibly.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmares today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
You look nice. How was work? Well, it was fourth period civics.
The kids were giving me the third degree. Was a UFO seen hovering over Washington, D.C.? Was a fisherman attacked by a 320-pound shrimp? They'd been bitten by a fake news bug, all right, and it was holding on like a driver's ed student to a steering wheel. How was I going to get a bunch of wide-eyed kids to wise up about what they see on the internet? Then it hit me, like a dodgeball on field day. The name of the game was News Snoops. Each student got an article, and 2 minutes to decide if it was credible or a fake. They were able to use fact-checking sites to get the cold, hard truth. Now the little hotshots are even teaching their gullible grannies a thing or two about phony news. But how was your day?
Pretty good. I got a new title today. Office Birthday Party Planner.
Oh, fun.
Teachers just have better work stories. If you want a creative, collaborative job worth talking about, head to teach.org. Brought to you by teach.org.
Hello, it's me, the designer jeans in your closet, the back of your closet. What am I doing here? Would you keep caviar in the back of your fridge with the ketchup and old milk? Yeah, I don't think so. So what happened to us? I mean, have you seen my label? I used to summer in the Hamptons, and now I'm stuck behind a pair of sweats. Sure, I never really fit you quite right, and one of my pockets is so small you can't even squeeze your hand into it. But it's all about the look, and I look good. I need to get back out on the scene so I can be seen. You know, going to fancy parties, getting expensive iced coffee, Sunday fun days, okay? So take me to Goodwill, where I can really make a difference.
Your donations to Goodwill create new jobs, training programs, and education assistance for people in your community. To find your nearest donation center, go to goodwill.org. Donate stuff. Create jobs. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
BTO. When you want to talk about Houston sports, you can with Houston's local sports leader, Sports Radio 610.
Let's get to Gilberto in San Diego. Gilberto, always good to hear from you, man. How you doing and what you got for us, sir?
Muy bien, Chef, and I want to congratulate you for a great show, like always.
This is the Good Shepherd.
Well, it's very kind of you, Gilberto. In fairness, you always sign off by saying you're having a great show, which makes me wonder, do you truly feel every show is a great show? Or are you saying that in part to be nice? I am saying, full disclosure, when it comes to Taylor Swift, no matter how you feel about her, she is partly the reason why the NFL continues to be the fastest growing sport in North America. And we all know it's number one. We all know it's been king for quite some time. But the reason for the rapid ascension is in part because of Taylor Swift. And I would argue that nobody actually has a bigger impact on the NFL and pop culture these past 2 years than Taylor Swift. You don't have to like it, but the numbers back it. Number to get aboard is 888-710-4ISN. That is 888-710-4476. This portion of the show, just want to remind everybody, is brought to you by Wesley Financial. Stuck in a timeshare and want out? Contact Wesley Financial Group now and get a free timeshare exit information kit at wesleyfinancialgroup.com. When we get back, we're going to discuss the Cleveland Browns and the state they're in when it comes to who should be their starting quarterback, who should be their backup quarterback. Shador Sanders did not play a single down on Saturday, dealing with the oblique strain, unfortunately, that he suffered in that joint practice against the Philadelphia Eagles. He didn't play, getting most Browns fans up.
For on the Rush Limbaugh show, replacement Clay and Buck, people will say, I feel like Rush was my friend. He's a friend I never met. Well, one thing that companies came to understand is there's a lot of different ways to quote-unquote advertise. I call it sponsoring our show. When we partner with you, when I brag about what you do, I'm telling our listeners, you share our values, and you're going to get my listeners who share our values, and that's the best customers you could ever have. Say it.
Total, not afraid if you look for an 8 or even a 7.5 to change those numbers around. Listen, I'm just an opportunist. I'm just looking at profit. I don't love any NFL team, and I don't really despise any NFL team. I like the one that can make me money. And this year, I think the Cowboys have tremendous hope. I think Jerry Jones is now entering
to me. Looking down for that screw, I was frustrated, angry that I lost it because of a phone call. Not in a mood to make a nice, holy prayer. I felt sorry for him. But what amazed me about it, and I learned a lot that day, that in spite of my weaknesses and my failures, or my frustrations, whatever, the Lord heard that silly prayer and performed a miracle for this boy. And sometimes the rest of you who don't understand the love of God, He's our Father. And Jesus is our Savior. The Holy Spirit is our friend. You couldn't have more if you imagined it. Well, He's a loving Father, a loving Savior, and a loving friend. He knows us. And some of you that haven't been to confession in ages, literally ages, are so afraid to go. Why? You couldn't possibly tell that priest anything he hasn't heard 1,000 times. But we need our confessors like Padre Pio who tell you what you did. Then you really wouldn't go. You'd be so afraid. I love them. If you tell me a confessor had that gift, I'll go. I want to know now. I don't want to be surprised. We're all going to be surprised. We shouldn't be. I have a loving Father. And our dear Lord says this throughout this. Remember, I am kind. I am kind. I am loving. And I love you. Wow. If a creature of goodwill desires to love me and to make her life one single act of love from the moment of her rising until she falls asleep, be it understood, I will perform incredible things for that soul. Incredible things for that one soul. Wow. You know, we don't understand the love of God for us. Never lose sight of the fact that the Jesus whom you behold dying on the cross is the same Jesus who for 30 years shared his life with everybody. Wow. This is a wonderful book. The more I see how kind he is to me, the worse I feel. Said Giuseppe Menda. Drawing me gently to his heart, he said, when a tiny child turns his back on his father, do you think he takes offense? Come, rest in my heart. That's Jesus talking to you, the Son of God. Oh, I will raise up the humble and make little of their frailties and their falls, providing, yeah, they are humble and loving. I love you, he said. Can you imagine the Son of the Most High God saying to you, I love you? Aren't you excited? But then why don't you act that way? Why don't we act like we know we're loved by God? See? My little 4 directors waving at me. I'm not too sure what it means, but I was never good at sign language. I got to tell you this, because you just reminded me of something, brother. When I was a postulant in a very wonderful monastery in Cleveland, Ohio, we used sign language but not the regular sign language. It's monastic sign language. And I was a very fervent young postulant. Didn't last long, but I was very fervent postulant. And we were never allowed to talk to anybody, and especially men that came in, you know, to repair things and all. And we had a sign, and the sign was, if you wanted to say, wait a minute, you went like this, see? And so that meant, wait a minute. And so I'm walking down the steps, and at the bottom of the steps was a man. And all the things I was supposed to do ran through my mind. And I was petrified, and I said, I couldn't talk to him, and he said, Sister, do you know where Sister Colette is? And I didn't know what to do. You know, I went first to talk to him, and I looked at him, and I went, he looks at me like, maybe you're deaf and dumb or something, you know. So he said, Sister Colette. Now, the sign for novice mistress was to make the sign of the cross, see? So if you wanted to know where is the novice mistress, where's Mother Mistress, you made the sign of the cross. So I was getting desperate. I already told him to wait a minute, but he wasn't understanding. And so I thought I'd tell him why he should wait a minute. So I went like this. And he went. At that point, he ran all the way down the steps. I never saw him again. Well, on that, it's amazing, brother. You made me think of that. Anyway, we have a call. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
I have a question for you. I have been consecrated to the Immaculate Heart of Mary several